Well, I saw these stories of Norgaard to the club of Arsenal, and I was like, not really, not really, not really, not really, not really. But today, Fabrizio Romano is going to hit to confirm that the opening proposal for Norgaard has been submitted by the club of Arsenal. And who is Norgaard? 31-year-old Danish international. He's playing the Premier League. We know that he's a versatile player who plays in the midfield, all as a defensive midfielder in the Premier League. And he comes in through as one of those signings that Arsenal is really needing. I'm obviously going to be diving deep into why Arsenal have gone ahead to bring in such a player. Kylian Mbappe, shirt number 10 of Real Madrid claims have been really cleared. And then Konate, he looks like he's in discussions to see to it that he really renews his contract at Liverpool. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I think this time around, get ready for a marathon. Get ready for a marathon into the mix. Now, let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano. Some hours back, he broke a story that Arsenal have submitted proposal worth 11 million euros package for Christian Norgaard, as Madswell Hest reports. Negotiations ongoing as Brentford want more and talks continue. Norgaard wants to join Arsenal. Now, Norgaard is a defensive midfielder. He can also play as a number 8. Why is Arsenal going in for Norgaard? One, remember, Thomas Partey is leaving. That is it. Arsenal have failed to reach a common understanding with Thomas Partey. And I think Thomas Partey is going to hate to play his cards right. And he's like, there is a certain amount of money that he wants to take. I don't think that he wants to take a pay cut. Remember, he earns £200,000 plus a week. You understand? So he doesn't want to obviously go below that. And I think Arsenal, like, for a player who is 31, injury prone, though last season he has not, you cannot trust him with that amount of money. And I tell you, he needs a contract of like 3 years. That's the contract that he really wants to get. So Arsenal are like, we aren't going to obviously sign or renew or sign a new contract with Partey. We just have to let him leave. And with Jorginho leaving, obviously they have to bring in two. One will say Zubimendi is already in, but remember, you've lost two central midfielders. When you look at Partey and Jorginho, that means you need to get in other players who are supposed to be two. Now, Damsgaard is a player that is going to be joining Zubimendi and Declan Rice. And I tell you what, when you look at Zubimendi, Declan Rice and Damsgaard, they have something in common. They can play as number 6s and they can play as number 8s, meaning that they are having three midfielders who can play in either the position of number 6 or number 8. You understand? So I don't know what your thoughts are, especially you Arsenal fans, but Norgaard opening proposal is in from the club of Arsenal, and they want more, and the player has given Arsenal his yes. Norgaard is a very good player. You know those two names. Damsgaard is Norwegian and Norgaard is really Danish. Now, they've gone ahead to obviously getting a Premier League proven player, a player who is not injury prone. When you look at his injury record, you'll obviously understand that Arsenal have done a very thorough information about the player, and he really does good. 1.8 meters tall, and last season he missed only 3 games. Are they 7? Yeah, just 7 games. That is it. He was out for just 37 days, meaning that him not being a starter will help him really keep fit throughout the season, because at the side of Brentford, he has been playing regularly, and he played 34 Premier League games and he scored 5 goals and 4 assists. Now, if he can just come into Arsenal and really bring in or mirror that form he was with in at Brentford as far as scoring goals and really creating assists is really concerned. That is really great, and most of his goals were really good in set pieces. And you know how Arsenal is good when it comes to set pieces, and he's almost 1.9 meters tall, meaning that Arsenal is adding another aerial threat who has a very good aerial prowess into the set piece situation. So Arsenal is really bringing in a Premier League proven player. They've brought in one midfielder who is outside the Premier League, and they're gonna have to bring in another one who is from the Premier League. So they've submitted the proposal, and Brentford is willing to sell, but they're like, you have to add us more money. And the player is like, I want to go to the side of I want to go to the side of Arsenal. At the age of 31, when a club like Arsenal knocks at your door, I don't think that you really feel like it isn't enough to be given a chance, you know? He's almost in the last years of playing at elite football, especially for top teams, and it's rare by the for a top team like Arsenal to go in for midfielder of 31 years. And one will ask, why go in for 31 years? Because they know they can get him at around £15 million, and he can be there like a Jorginho, and how Jorginho served Arsenal, such that Arsenal buy some time and see to it that either in January or the sum of next year, they obviously sign in a younger midfielder, either an Edison or a Bruno Guimaraes from the club of Newcastle, because no one can give you guarantee that Newcastle is going to qualify for the Champions League, you know, in the coming season. But this season they're going to have to do well in the Champions League. But I tell you, Arsenal knows it very well that if they don't qualify for the Champions League, the player will be wanting to move from the club of Newcastle. And when you look at how Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea have gone ahead, obviously organized themselves, even plus Man United, you find it hard for them to get into that spot. With Man United not playing in any European tournament, if they really click up with the likes of Mbeumo and the likes of Matthias Cunha, I tell you what, they can really gather some good 70 points. And you know, when you really gather 70 points, you are into the bracket of really finishing in the top 4 of the Premier League. That is it. Norgaard opening proposal in. Arsenal really pushing to get this deal done. Now, let's go to Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe has not asked to take the number 10 shirt, but Real Madrid wants to give it to him because they believe that number 10 shirt will increase the club's sales together with Mbappe's marketing brand and leadership. Now, shirt number 10, shirt number 7 at Madrid are really, I think, the iconic numbers. And I think Zidane went ahead to popularize shirt number 5. And even when Bellingham came in through, he obviously chose for that shirt number. But remember, when Arda Güler was coming to Real Madrid, right, he was told by Luka Modric that when I leave, the shirt number 10 is yours. And when you look at how Arda Güler is obviously performing, you all agree with me that he's really looking good. And if someone is giving him that shirt number, he deserves it. He deserves it because of the trust that the manager really has in him. So we are here to wait and see how things really pan out. But I want to let you know that shirt number 10 is wanting to be given by Kylian Mbappe. You understand? I think the club have gone ahead to make some good PR, because if it came out that Mbappe is the one who wants it, people will be like, it was supposed to be for Arda Güler. They don't want to look like Mbappe is claiming for the shirt. They want it to look like Kylian Mbappe is not wanting the shirt, but hear me out. But the club wants him to take it because they want it to make sales, because shirt number 10 is really one of the iconic shirts for the side of Real Madrid. That is it. We are getting in through from the side of Marca, and you know how Marca is close to the side of Real Madrid, and they are the fly on the walls of Real Madrid. They obviously let us know what is really happening inside there. Now, having gone ahead to lose a player to Real Madrid on a free, that is Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Madrid are like, we want to sign Konate on a free next summer. Liverpool have planned to revive discussions with Konate later in the summer, but are adamant they will not be forced into overpaying. So Liverpool are like, we want to keep Konate. He's still young. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world. His partnership with Virgil van Dijk is really very important. And Virgil van Dijk is grown. He looks like he should be the man leading that central defense. Quanch leaving, Gomez being linked to Aston Villa, meaning that Liverpool might lose to central defenders. And so far, Mark Guehi is one of those they're really looking at to bring in through at Real Madrid. So, as it stands, Liverpool are ready to revive discussions, but they don't want to be forced into overpaying for this player. That's what you're really getting in through from the club of Liverpool. And I tell you what, if I'm Liverpool, if I'm paying Virgil van Dijk that amount of money, I think propose like £250,000 a week for Konate. Because when I really go ahead and really do my research for Konate here, right? Konate, they tell me he earns a salary of £70,000 a week. That is really little. I think the level at which he's performing as a player, he should be earning a minimum of £200,000 a week. And I think that's the deal that can keep him there. Because if Liverpool doesn't propose a very huge salary, Madrid will tell him, we are going to offer you £400,000 a week. And you are coming in through as a free agent, you are getting a sign-on fee, and you'll be like, all right, let me really scan around Real Madrid. There is Hoysen, there is Raul Asensio, and Rudiger. If I go there, who of those is better than me? He's like, nobody. Will I have chances to go ahead and really play in the World Cup more than I'm at Liverpool? He's like, all right, let me go at the side of Real Madrid. But I think the best, both benefiting idea is to get it's to get Konate and agree a deal with Liverpool. That is, I think that's the best of the best that they can do. Agree a deal with him and leave the rest to be. Because in this era of football, players want to earn a lot of money, and a player will always go where he's paid a lot of money. You understand? Look at Jadon Sancho. Having gone ahead to enjoy his season at Chelsea, Chelsea wanted to sign him on a permanent, and they told him, please, take a pay cut. He was like, no, I'd rather return to where I'm not wanted, yet I'm still earning my money. And I'm still earning my money. £300,000 plus, Very many teams are really coming in through Galatasaray, Napoli, Juventus. But I think they're not even willing to meet his salary demands. But Sancho is like, if you can't pay me that money, I'm not really going to play for you. So he would have gone ahead to go at Chelsea, you understand? But Chelsea told him, please, we are paying you this much. So I'm telling you, Liverpool, Konate, proven player in the Premier League, one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League in the world. You have to really break the bank and convince him to stay, because his agent has offers from very many teams that are willing to obviously meet his price. And when you look at his contract as a player, let me see when it's really expiring, because you might be here when he's left with just 1 year on his contract. You understand? And will Liverpool look at that and we let the player go? Yeah, his contract expires 30th June 2026. You understand? So you can't let this player go. You can't let him go on a free. Give him the money that he wants and let everything really go on well. Your thoughts on Norgaard opening proposal in, and what are your thoughts about Mbappe shirt number 10 claim, and obviously Konate? Should Liverpool give him the amount of money that he wants? Yet Liverpool are like, they're not obviously going to be forced into an overpayment. I'm out. Bye-bye.